Good afternoon, investor and PTT Public Company Limited. The Stock Exchange of Thailand welcome you all to the SET Digital Roadshow Year-End Performance of 2020. The session will run about 45 minutes, including Q&A. Presenting company will start the session by 30 minutes presentation, followed by 15 minutes Q&A. During Q&A, investor may leave your question in the meeting room chat box or use raise hand function. The presenting company will open your microphone, so you can ask the question to the company directly. May I now invite PTT Public Company Limited to start the presentation, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining PTT session today. Today we have Vice President Investor Relations, Khun Panporn Sasananan, and I'm Jitya Pawongsaron, Manager Investor Relations. So I would wrap you up on the update of the performance on the fourth quarter year 2020 and also the whole year 2020. And Khun Panporn will also give you the guidance, outlook, and also the capital investment for PTT. So let's start with the performance of PTT first. On the key activities in the fourth quarters and also the year 2020 and the subsequent events year to date. For PTT ourselves, we also acquire shares from GPSC, the flagship for global renewable power for 50%. This will be our subsidiary to be the vehicles for invest in overseas for renewable energy focused in solar and wind. And we will have target country 4 countries, which are India, China, Taiwan, and also Vietnam. We have our group targets for to reach the 8 gigawatt in renewable in year 2030. So this will be our vehicle to reach our targets in investment in overseas. And for our new business strategy, we also have established the new company, which is our 100% owned subsidiary, named Innobic Asia. This one will be the company that will invest in life science business that are composed of 3 dimensions. We will invest in pharmaceutical business, nutrition business, as well as the medical device business. Next, for the business that we try to divest is the coal business that we already dissolved 1 company in year 2020 and will dissolve another 3 companies within this year. And our intention for PTT strategy management is to divest the entire business, try to be within year 2021, which is this year. And for the subsequent events that happened in this year 2021, PTT already announced the dividends for the performance of year 2020 for 1 baht per shares. For the second half performance is around 0.82 baht. This one will account for 1 baht per share will account for around 76% payout ratio. And this one will have a payment date for dividend on 30 April next month. And also our subsidiaries, PTTOR, which is the oil and retail business. We have already listed this company with the first trading day on 11 February on year 2021. The IPO price is at 18 baht per share. And on the first day that we trade, it seems that the price has been high and closed at pretty much high in the first day at around 29.25 baht per share, which is increased for around 63%. The market cap for OR has been more than 2 billion. And this will be listed in SET 50 as well as in the MSCI index for the Morgan Stanley Capital International. And for the credit rating we show you, PTT can maintain our foreign credit ratings at the same level. Like for S&P, we can maintain at BBB+, even though we have been downgraded for standalone rating and the local currency rating from A- to BBB+. And that resulted in the downgrade of our final rating for affiliates like GC and Thai Oil that will be lower to at the level of BBB from BBB+. But by the way, this one, our group still can maintain in investment grade. And next, I will walk you through on the key business driver on the page number 2. For the page number 2, for the key business driver, we show you the Dubai price and fuel oil price on the left on the top. This one, the average Dubai price in fourth quarters improved for 4% from $42.9 per barrel in third quarters to around, in average, $44.6 per barrel in the fourth quarters. This is mainly due to the OPEC Plus agreement that they can maintain cut the productions, as well as the increasing of the demand that has been start to recover in the fourth quarters. Comparing year on year, the Dubai price and also the fuel oil price has been declined sharply for around 34%. For Dubai price in average in 2019 is around $63.5 per barrel, and in year 2020 in average for around $42.2 per barrel. So this one mainly from two impacts from the COVID-19 pandemic situation, as well as the price war between Russia and Saudi Arabia that have kind of like the price war intense in the second quarter of year 2020. For the fuel oil price has been in the same trend as the Dubai price, and other than that, they have pressure from the IMO impact or the IMO start in the 1st January on year 2021 that they start to be declines in the fourth quarter of year 2019. But by the way, in average on the fourth quarter, the fuel oil price also improved for around 9%. And for the whole year 2020 comparing to year 2019, the fuel oil price has been decreased for around 33%. On the right hand side, show you the gas price. PTT ourselves for the gas pool price show you on the dark blue line in the middle, which is pretty stable. In the fourth quarter, the price has been dropped for around 8%. This is mainly from the Gulf gas that have been adjusted the main contract in October. So the price of the Gulf gas has been decreased, as well as the Myanmar gas and also the LNG that's pretty been flat because it started to drop in the third quarter already. So the whole year average of the gas pool price has been declined as well for 10%. This is mainly from all sources. LNG import also declined for around 26%. Myanmar gas also declined for around 20%, and Gulf gas declined for around 2%. By the way, the price that seemed to be volatile is in the orange one, which is the JKM spot, which is Japan Korean market spot. This one has been reached the peak, especially in the beginning of this year, around $30 per MMBTU. But by the way, it started to increase in the fourth quarters. This is due to the winter demand as well as the shortage of the supply. So the price has been peaked and been increased more than 100%. But now, nowadays, the price has been dropped already and maintained at around $6.5 per MMBTU. For petrochemical, we show you on the left bottom. This one will show you both the olefin and aromatic spread to naphtha. For the olefin spread has been improved both quarter on quarter and year on year. Quarter on quarter, there's still a demand improved from the packaging and also the online packaging business that help increase the demand for the olefin, especially HDPE. As well as the PP, they have a supply shortage as well as the increasing demand in automotive in the fourth quarters. For the aromatics, aromatics seems to be got the pressure on year more than the olefin business because some of like PX demand is in the textiles, which is affect more from the COVID-19 situation, as well as the automotive that also affects for the benzene spread. This is for the durable goods that has been affected more from the COVID-19 situation. For foreign exchange rate on the right hand side, we show you the average rate and also market end rate. You see that on the end quarter of 2020, the end rates has been comparing quarter on quarter has been appreciated for around 1.6 baht. That means we would have gain on foreign exchange rate, but comparing to the third quarter that we have foreign exchange rate loss from the baht depreciation for around 0.7. Comparing year on year, the baht appreciation seem to be lower, so the foreign exchange gain seem to be lower as well. Baht has been appreciated only 0.1 baht. And for the consolidated performance, show you on the page number 3. This is show you the consolidated performance of PTT that we will start with the quarter-on-quarter basis. You will see that the revenue has been improved according to the Dubai that been recovered quarter-on-quarter. Dubai increased for around 4%, and our petroleum and also petrochemical price for the products has been improved as well as the volume recovery in most of our business from the economic activities that improve. This one make our revenue in most of our business increase, and the overall revenue improved for around 6%, except for gas business that has been decreased in revenue because of the natural gas price that we adjust the main contract in Gulf gas, and also the volume of electricity demand in fourth quarter comparing to third quarter with the lower of the temperature, so lower demand in electricity. For the EBITDA has been improved quarter-on-quarter around 6% from 76.5 billion baht to around 71.6 billion baht. This one mainly from our petrochemical and refining business. This is from the increase in petrochemical demand that improved in the spread, as well as the higher of the market GRM, except for the stock gain that has been lower comparing to the third quarter. And also the gas business has been improved a lot as well. This is one mainly from the gas ration plant, from the lower of the feed gas cost, that's from the adjustment of the Gulf gas price, as I already mentioned, and also the higher of selling price that linked to petrochemical price that has been recovered in the fourth quarters. And also the higher of the margin in supply and marketing segment that we have improving in the industrial price, as well as the lower of the gas pool price. Although the sales volume of the overall gas has been declined, this is mainly from the power sector with the lower demand in fourth quarters. By the way, our exploration business has been pressured from lower average selling price that mainly in the gas price, and also from the oil business that has a squeeze margin. This is because of we have been helping people during the holidays at the end of the year. The supply has been increased, so that's why the margin has been squeezed. Although our volume has been improved from the economic recoveries and also the non-oil expansion. For the net income quarter-on-quarter has been declined for 7%, although our operating income has been improved. This mainly from the impairments that we have for the coal mining assets and also the exploration business, and also the higher loss on derivatives from the oil price hedging, and the higher of the tax expense from the higher of the operating performance. Although we have more foreign exchange gain, as I already mentioned, with the baht appreciation, and also we have FX loss in the third quarter when we compare with the third quarters. So comparing year on year, you see that we have been impacted with the COVID-19 situation and the price war, so make our revenue in most of our business decline as well, and this one decreased for around 27%, except for our power business that has a revenue improved. This is mainly from the fully recognition of the flow acquisition from GPSC. The EBITDA also declined for around 22%. This is mainly from the exploration business that have a softened average selling price, as well as the volume despite the volume that has been improved from the acquisition of Malaysia projects and projects. Although our petrochemical and refinings, they have hit by the huge stock loss from the sharply drop of the oil price in year 2020, especially in the first quarter. So make their performance, especially in the refinings, has been posting in loss. And also from the petchem spread that got pressure from the pandemic situation as well. Our gas business also declined from the weekend of the performance, especially in gas production plants that been affected from the petrochemical price in the average selling price that's lower. Also in the volume side that with the demand effect from COVID-19 and drought situation that make the utilization rate has been lower in year 2020. And also from the supply and marketing margins that has been effect from the gas sales volume that also impact from the COVID-19. Although the power business improved. By the way, the net income declined for around 59%. This is mainly from the weekend of EBITDA, especially from the stock loss. And also we have impairment both in coal business and exploration business. And also higher of depreciation they have from the business acquisition, especially in exploration and power business. Although we have lower tax expense from the decrease of the performance. Just to wrap up quickly, on the waterfall chart we show you, you will see that the net income has been declined quarter on quarter around 7%, but our operating net income we show you on top that improved for around 33%. This is because our business performance actually in the fourth quarter has been improved, but we post impairment that we show you on the yellow part you see in the bottom. That one is the impairment we post. Like in the fourth quarter, we have coal mining assets impairment for around 6.8 billion. That's a proportion for PTT, as well as the exploration business impairment from Yetakun field that's in Myanmar from exploration business. Next is the waterfall for year-on-year basis, comparing year 2019 and year 2020. This one we got impact from both the COVID-19 pandemic and also the price war, as I already mentioned. So even our operating net income has been declined for around 44%, and for the net income declined for around 59%, from 92.9 billion baht to around 37.7 billion baht. And we also have extra items, as already mentioned, about the impairment from both coal business and exploration business. And one of the extra items that we exclude for the operating net income is the stock loss that is pretty huge. Show you on the middle, that's around 17 billion baht. That's for 100%. And next, we show you the breakdown for our PTT own business on page number 6. Mainly is our gas business that have many segments in gas business. As quarter on quarter, the gas business has been increased for around 22%. This one mainly from the gas production plants I already mentioned, and also from supply and marketing business. Let's start from the supply and marketing business has been improved for around 37%. This is mainly from the lower of the gas fuel gas price that help increase the industrial margins, as well as the fuel oil price that link for the industrial business also improved. Although our overall gas volume has been declined 4%, as I already mentioned, mainly from the power business, from the lower of the temperature in the fourth quarters. And for gas production plant that stand for GSP, this one improved pretty much more than 100%. Because this one of the factor is the feed gas cost that's from the Gulf gas has been declined. The feed gas cost declined for around 12%, while the average selling price improved according to petrochemical price, as well as the sales volume that has been increased by around 3%. Is mainly from the LPG, which is the demand, domestic demand, as well as the propane that increased. Although our utilization rate has been dropped quarter on quarter from around 89.2% in third quarter to around 88.5% in fourth quarters. For NGV business also has less loss, which means the performance improved for around 62%. This is mainly from the lower of the pool gas cost as well as the sales volume that continue to decline from the switching of the machine from the engine from the NGV to diesel and gasoline. And also others business that improved for around 7%. This is mainly from our affiliates named PTT NGD, which is selling to industrial customer and has a selling price linked to fuel oil as well, with the improvement in the fuel oil. So make the PTT NGD has a higher net income and also EBITDA as well. Although our PTT LNG, which is the LNG terminal business, still provide our stable income. For trading business, quarter on quarter has been declined for around 56%. This is mainly from the gross margin squeeze, which is from 0.07 baht per liter to around 0.06 baht per liter. This is mainly from the mark-to-market loss as well as the condensate discount that has been higher in the fourth quarters. Although the sales volume improved for around 2% from the economic recoveries. Year-on-year basis, roughly, gas business has been impacted as well from around 23% EBITDA lower. This is mainly from the gas production plant and supply and marketing business. The supply and marketing business mainly hit from the gas overall sales volume that dropped from the COVID-19 impact on the demand, especially in power and gas production plant. The overall gas sales volume has been dropped for around 8%. And also the average selling price in the industrial business also declined according to the fuel oil price that has been dropped, as I already mentioned. The TM performance stand for pipeline business still provide our stable income because we have a fixed tariff with a committed volume. And for the gas production plant, EBITDA has been dropped pretty much for around 70%. This is mainly from the average selling price that has been lower from the price linked to petrochemical like HDPE, LDPE and LLDPE that declined according to COVID-19 situation. And also the volume that has been impacted for 13%. This is the yield rate drop from around 95% in year 2019 in average to around 88% in year 2020. The NGV has been improved. This one has a lower loss for around 56%. This is mainly from the lower of the sales volume as well as the gas pool price that has been dropped for around 10%. For others, business has been dropped for 14%. This is mainly from PTT NGD that's selling to industrial. The price linked to fuel oil so have the effect of the COVID-19 at the fuel oil price as well. Although our PTT LNG still provide our stable income as well. The trading business increased for around 42%. Actually, this one has been captured arbitrage opportunity, especially in the second quarter. The price has been pretty much volatile, as well as the condensate discount has been lower comparing to year 2019, and also PTT trading business they can lower SG&A selling and admin with the OPEX that decline. So although the volume they have been declined as well for around 9%. This is mainly from the impact of the COVID that made the out transaction lower, as well as the import of the crude for refinery has been dropped as well. So that's the overall performance. Next is the balance sheet that show you on the page 7. Our balance sheet has been increased for around 2.3%. It's mainly from the higher of the interest-bearing debt that increased in both for PTT and our affiliates that has more long-term borrowings issued during year 2020, as well as other non-current assets. This is mainly from the accounting policy treatment that we apply TFRS 16, which is the lease. So we have been reclassify and also increase in the right of use. So this one make our overall asset and also the liabilities increase. Although our key financial ratio, the net debt to EBITDA and also the net debt to equity still under our policy that we have a policy for net debt to EBITDA for 2 times and net debt to equity for 1 times. And also we still can maintain our foreign currency credit ratings in all 3 of the credit rating agencies like Moody's, S&P and Fitch as we show. So next, Khun Phanporn will walk you through on the capex for PTT and PTT groups as well as the outlook and guidance.
Okay, let's start with page number 8. PTT and our wholly owned subsidiaries announced the committed capex for the next 5 years around 103 billion baht, or around $3.3 billion. We still focus in the gas business, which account around 64%. For the next 5 years, which is around 66 billion baht. You can see in all the blue. May I start with the dark blue, which is the LNG terminal number 2 with capacity around 7.5 million tons per annum. It will be COD in 2022. After we have the LNG terminal number 2, our capacity will increase to 19 million tons per annum. The medium blue, that is the transmission, mainly the pipeline number 5. That is from Rayong province to the center of Thailand, as well as the pipeline from the center of the West Thailand. It's called the RS6, which targets to COD in 2021. And in the light blue, that is the gasification plant. It's the GSP number 7. Which will be replaced the GSP number 1. The GSP number 7, it has the investment cost around 17 billion baht, and it will be COD in 2023. And with the new technology, the GSP number 7, it could run with the gas at a higher CO2 and can use less water than the GSP number 1. And as well as they have the more flexibility to switch to produce propane or ethane, which is up to the demand of the customer. And in the green color, that is the investment in the technology and engineering, such as like the Eastern Economic Corridor project, the Waterfall Valley, or even in the venture capital. And the last part is in brown, which are the investment to our subsidiaries, such as like the PTT tank in the LNG terminal number 3. But this is only in the first phase, that it's in the land reclamation investment. And as well as the investment in the life science, which is the new business, we invest through our subsidiaries. It's called in the Big Asia. The life science, it will be related to like the pharmaceutical business, the nutrition business, as well as the medical device business. Besides the committed capex, we also have prepared for the provisional capex for around 332 billion baht. We will be focused in the energy related, such as like the LNG value chain, the GSP number 8, the Southern LNG terminal, the pipeline according to the Power Development Plan number 18, as well as the gas to power project. And next on page number 9, that is the overall committed capex for PTT Group, which is around 851 billion baht, or around 27 billion US dollars. The main portions is go to PTT LP, which is around 51%, or around 437 billion baht. The PTEP capex include both onshore and offshore in the Gulf of Thailand, such as like Bumkut and Erawan, as well as the Algeria project, Southwest Vietnam, and the Mozambique area number 1. For the downstream capital expenditure, which is around 31%, or around 264 billion baht. It includes like the Thai Oil, the Greenfield project. The GC, which is mostly the efficiency improvement project, the IRPC, which is like the ultra clean field project, or the OR, mainly go to the expansion of the oil and non-oil station. And the last part is the GPSC, which is around 6%, which is around 48.5 billion baht. Mainly is go to the capex of the SPP number 3 and the ERU, which is the power plant for the Thailand Greenfield project and the renewable energy. So that's all for the capex. Let's move to page number 10. May I update you about the outlook. Let's start with the petroleum outlook. According to the IGSS report in January, the global oil demand in 2021 is expected to increase around 5.9 million barrels per day, up to 96.9 million barrels per day, according to the global economic recovery. The global economic recovery is mainly impact to have the positive impact to the crude oil price, which recover due to the higher demand, as well as the OPEC production control and compliance. Therefore, the Dubai crude price is expected to average in 2021 at around $55 to $60 per barrel in 2021. And the Dubai crude cracking margin in Singapore is expected to average around $1.5 to $2.5 per barrel in 2021. For the gas business, in 2020, the global oil demand has shrunk by about 2.5% year-on-year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And the IEA forecasts that the global gas market will recover in 2021 with the growth of around 2.8% year-on-year. So it means that it's be back to the pre-COVID situation. The forecast for the global LNG demand in 2021, it will be increased to around like 48% year-on-year to reach around 546 million tons. And China will be the main consumption, which is around 20% of the world LNG consumption. And next is the Southeast Asia, which is around 11%. So next is the petrochemical outlook. The petrochemical price, both the olefins and aromatic in 2021 is expected to increase compared to 2020. This is driven by the gradually global economic recovery. I think you can see the price of all the petrochemical from the chart that we give you may give you the spread both for the olefins and the aromatics. I start with the olefin first. The spread for the HDPE to naphtha will be quite stable. This is due to the supply, a lot of supply of the ethane side. But for the polypropylene to naphtha, the spread will be increased around like 10%. This is due to the online shopping activities starting from the end of last year and the healthy demand for medical supplies and the food packaging. For the aromatic spread this year, it will be led by the spread of the benzene. The spread to naphtha, the benzene to naphtha in 2021, it will be around 110 to 160. Which is increased from last year around more than 20%. This is due to the strong demand from styrene monomer producer from significant higher SN price and the increase in the industrial activities. And for the PX spread, it will be around 185 to 235. This is due to the increased demand in the PTA plant. So next on page number 12, may give you the guidance for this year. Let's start with the gas business first, which is PTT core business. We're gonna have quite a positive news that PTT gonna have the lower crude gas cost, which is around 6% when compared to last year. And you can see on the left-hand side, the bar chart, the gas growth, the volume growth for the next 5 years is around 3.4% CAGR. And for the GSP, you can see at the bottom right that we're going to have the shutdown in the third quarter of the GSP number 6 of around 26 days, and the GSP number 3 and the E10 plant around 23 and 15 days. Therefore, the GSPU rate this year will be around 93% when compared to around 88% last year. So let's move to our subsidiaries guidance. I start with the E&P first. The volume of the PTT will be increased around 12% from around 354 to around 398 K barrel per day. And the cost will be lower around 5% from around 30.5 to around 28 to $29 per BOE. For our subsidiaries in the oil business, they plan to have the new station for the oil station each year, around 108 stations per year, and the non-oil will be around 418 store per year. That is mainly the Cafe Amazon. For the petrochemical, with our assumption that the assumption of the oil of the Dubai is around $55 to $60. So the refinery, we think that the U rate will be higher according to the economic recovery. We have the assumption that the U rate of the refinery will be around 98% when compared to 2020, which is around only 96%. And the Singapore GRM this year will be around $1.5 to $2.5 per barrel, compared to only 40 cents per barrel last year. And the petrochemical spread that I already mentioned to you, most of the spread, both the olefins and the aromatic, will be increased. For the power business, the volume growth will be in line with the GDP growth, which is around 2 to 3% in 2021. So that's all for the guidance for this year. Then I move you to the longer term. On page number 20. This page is the long-term growth for the gas business. It shows you that the Thailand Power Development Plan, or PDP 2018, which is the Thailand gas outlook compared with the PDP 2015. The red bar chart tells the proportion of the natural gas usage for the power plant. And you can see that at the end of the plan, the proportion has been increased from the previous PDP of only 37% up to 53%. So it means that this is benefit to the gas operator, mainly PTT. And on the next page, this is the total gas demand from each sector from the newly PDP 2018. The red color I already mentioned to you. I would like to show you in both the green and the blue. The green, that is mainly the gas feed to the GSP. You see that proportion has been increased. This is according to the government. They opened the bidding of the PSC production sharing contract of the field in the Gulf of Thailand, namely Bogor and Erawan. Therefore, there will be more gas feed to GSP, and the proportion has been increased from around 8 to 15%. And the last one, this is in blue. This is, you can see that there will be more gas feed to the industrial sector. It's supported by the government. They have the big projects such as like Eastern Economic Corridor project. And then I think it will be also positive to the gas operator such as like PTT. And on page number 19, let I show you that what PTT prepared for the growth of the gas business. As I mentioned that for the next 5 years, the CAGR of the growth of the gas will be around 3.4%. And PTT we prepare for the growth is that we have the infrastructure such as like the fifth pipeline and the RA6 which I mentioned already, and this will be increase our capacity around like 10%. And another one is the big project which is the LNG terminal number 2. It will add capacity around 7.5 million tons. And total capacity for PTT is around 19 million tons per annum. So it means that PTT already prepare ourselves for the growth of the gas growth. And as Khun Jitaya mentioned that for PTT, we have like very stable EBITDA, mainly the pipeline that I mentioned and the LNG terminal. So whenever in any time, we still have like stable from those two business. So and the up, I would say for the when we have the uptrend for like in the oil price of petrochemical, so it will be add on to our stable EBITDA. So I think that's all for the presentation. So questions. No problem. I think may I mention you about the dividend that yes, this one. The board of directors, they already approved the dividend for the 2020 is 1 baht per share, and we have already announced the interim dividend, which is around 0.18 baht per share. So it's mean that for the second half, it's gonna be around like 0.82 baht per share, and then it will be submit to the general the AGM in April 9. Yeah, and then what is the date for the payment? 30. The 30th. Yeah, the payment date is on the 30th of April, and the record date is on the 5th of May, right?
We have 3 more minutes. If you have any question, you can send the question through the chat box or use raise your hand function. Okay, if there are no questions, the Stock Exchange of Thailand would like to thank you, investor and presenting company for joining us. We look forward to welcome you all again in the next quarter. ขอบคุณค่ะ Thank you very much ค่ะ
ขอบคุณค่ะ